ka mamay ka ng lino.
Ako kami labo pa ulit ha. Yan kayo kami sa Mercury sa akin.
Wala mo yung sinabi mo sir.
Yan sakyanan mo mo, di trabisan yung Mr. Pal.
In just a few days, the Philippines has faced a terrifying chain of earthquakes.
Na yan Mercury sa ng probinsya. Kung pakilit.
Mga one story, okay lang.
On October 10th, 2025, at 9:43 a.m. local time, a massive 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Manay in Davao Oriental.
Buti ito matagal. May backup ano kasi yan, sir? Sa pagkawa na ba sila?
The quake was very shallow, only about 20 kilometers deep, making the shaking extremely strong.
Ano ba, sir?
Nandun po ka sa sumambot, magkatagsa na mo. Di mami sa magkatagwa. Nabukul.
Stampede na yan dyan, sir. Yung naglitis na doon.
The quake originated about 20 kilometers below the seafloor, and tremors were felt across several provinces, from Davao City to Compostela Valley and General Santos.
Pero ang nanonood, patext na kao. Kaya umabot ka ng mga advance army sa angal eh. Amo lang. Mali pong tao.
Mali pong ako ng gusto niya sige ko po noon. Isa sila sa pulang na pulang diretso na. Adun na sa likod ng mga kaibang pulang. Pali gusto. Sobrang natagod. Sige magkamba ko. Sige mo na
Within hours, another strong quake measuring 6.8 followed a rare doublet earthquake, where two large quakes hit the same region on the same day.
Yun, lumabas na si ma'am. Oh, kapit na ito ba? Hindi dito, tama mo. Kapit pa sa maigit.
The shaking caused heavy damage. In Métis City and nearby areas, several buildings collapsed, roads cracked, and landslides cut off mountain communities. At least 7 people lost their lives, and dozens were injured, some during the quake itself, others in landslides triggered afterward. On October 11th, the Earth moved again. A magnitude 6.1 aftershock hit the Mindanao region. Adding to the destruction and fear, PHIVOLEX and international agencies recorded hundreds of aftershocks, many strong enough to rattle buildings and send people running into the streets. Just when people hoped the shaking was over, another quake struck. On October 13th, a magnitude 5.7 earthquake hit the central Visayas region. Near Cebu, this was not a new fault rupture, but a powerful aftershock of the September 30th Cebu quake. It injured at least 14 people and caused new landslides, road cracks, and power outages in towns like Bogdo, San Remigio, and Soga.
Ay, shock mo ba? Uy, Lloyd! Lloyd, abang Lloyd! Lloyd! Ito, uy!
Experts from PHYVLX confirmed that these quakes are part of the intense tectonic activity along the Pacific Ring of Fire, one of the most earthquake-prone regions on Earth. The Philippines sits exactly where several tectonic plates collide.
Grabe, Linaw! Grabe, baka kusugan ka!
A powerful earthquake struck the southern Philippines early in the morning, sending shockwaves across Davao City and nearby provinces. The tremor, which measured magnitude 7.4, was centered off the coast of Davao Oriental and occurred at a shallow depth of around 20 kilometers beneath the sea.
Tulog ako, Subi! Gawas! Lasit! Lamog! Ayaw pagkakan!
In Davao City, alarms rang out as people poured into the streets, abandoning offices, schools, and shopping centers. Power lines flickered before going completely dark in some districts, leaving large sections of the city without electricity. Communication networks were temporarily disrupted, adding to the confusion as families tried desperately to contact loved ones. Emergency vehicles moved through the streets, their sirens cutting through the sound of chaos, as authorities urged residents to stay calm and head to open areas.
Ya, grabe kalinog. Lingkod na lang. Lingkod na lang.
Within seconds, the calm of the morning was shattered as buildings swayed violently, glass windows cracked, and residents rushed out of their homes in panic. The earthquake's force was so intense that it was felt across Mindanao, from General Santos to Cagayan de Oro, and even as far as some parts of Visayas. Coastal residents in Davao Oriental and neighboring provinces were urged to evacuate immediately after tsunami warnings were issued. The sea briefly receded in several coastal towns, triggering fear of incoming waves. Many rushed to higher ground carrying children and basic belongings, while local officials guided traffic toward designated evacuation sites.
Guys, linog. Lord, tabang Lord. Lord, tabang Lord. Lord.
For hours, uncertainty gripped the region as authorities monitored sea levels. But later, reports confirmed that the tsunami threat had diminished and no significant wave activity was observed. In Madi City, several homes suffered structural damage, with walls collapsing and roofs partially torn away.
Meaning the country constantly faces the threat of strong quakes and tsunamis.
Schools and hospitals reported cracked walls and broken ceilings. In one local hospital, hundreds of patients were evacuated to the courtyard as a precaution against potential aftershocks. Videos circulating online showed fallen debris, scattered goods in supermarkets, and frightened residents crying as they watched their homes tremble.
Lord! Tago!
Witnesses described the experience as the most terrifying earthquake they had ever felt. One resident recalled the ground moving like ocean waves, while another said it felt as if a massive explosion had occurred beneath.
Grabe, linaw! Grabe, kusuga!
Shouted for their families to escape. Despite widespread fear, emergency teams responded quickly.
Lord, tama na Lord! Lord! Tama na Lord!
Guys, linog. Lord, tabang Lord.
Shelters and delivering medical aid to those in need. The earthquake also caused landslides in the mountainous areas of Davao de Oro, blocking roads and isolating small communities. Rescue units are now working to clear debris and restore access to affected areas. Several bridges were closed for safety inspections, while flights in and out of Davao International Airport were briefly suspended until engineers confirmed that there was no structural damage to the runway. Dozens of aftershocks followed, some strong enough to rattle nerves and force residents to spend the night outdoors. People set up tents and makeshift sleeping areas in parks and school grounds, unwilling to return to their homes. The local government distributed bottled water, blankets, and food packages to those displaced. volunteers and local organizations provided psychological support for traumatized families, especially children who were still in shock from the event. Authorities are now conducting a full assessment of the damage across Mindanao. Initial reports indicate that several hundred buildings sustained minor to moderate structural impacts. Power restoration is underway, but some rural areas may remain without electricity for several more days.
Grabe, baka kusuga agad.
Engineers are inspecting bridges, schools, and hospitals to ensure they are safe before reopening. This earthquake comes amid heightened seismic activity across the Philippines, a nation that sits along the volatile Pacific Ring of Fire. Experts warn that aftershocks may continue for days or even weeks, and residents are advised to remain cautious and prepared. The memory of past destructive quakes has made communities more alert. Yet the suddenness and magnitude of this event have reminded everyone how fragile life can be in the face of nature's power.
Lord, kami pamilya, Lord. Lord. Lord, kasama, Lord. Lord. Lord, kasama, Lord. Lord. Pag-bless mo, Lord. Salamat kayo.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about the latest developments. Boom!